Hello, Kathleen. I know it's weird coming out of the blue, but I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. This is Lucas, right? The guy who's about to marry my sister?
That's right. Lucas Parker is my name. Once again, really sorry for messaging you out of the blue. You must feel weird about the husband of your sister messaging you like this.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. I've already heard from my sister.
Really? That's good. That's good. Even so, you must think it's a bit weird. We haven't had the chance to meet in person yet. You must have got a bit of a fright seeing my message.
Well, to tell the truth, I was a little bit surprised at first. I was expecting us to meet at the wedding. But I've heard nothing but good things about you from my sister, so I didn't mind, to be honest. I mean, you two are about to get married, right? I have to learn to trust you at some point. So don't worry about it, honestly. Message me at any time you want.
It's just as Michelle says, you really are a courteous woman. So let me get down to why I'm messaging you in the first place. I'm not messaging to pass the time with a quick chat. It's about Michelle. I'm a little bit worried about her.
Huh? What's up? Are you and Michelle not getting along or something?
No, it's nothing like that. Don't get the wrong idea. I can assure you everything is smooth sailing in that department. She's just really worried about you lately.
Me? What do you mean? Why?
Well, you're currently on your exchange program in Greece, right? You and I haven't met yet, so she's worried if we're gonna get along or not. Makes sense since we're about to be brother and sister-in-law.
You do have a point there, but we should be alright, shouldn't we? You're a nice person and I'm a nice person too.
She's not so sure about that. It's important that family have a good relationship with each other. To make matters worse, I know you're super busy overseas. Michelle was telling me you have interns and commitments to the school you're going to. Even when you get back here from Greece, there's not much time until the wedding. We won't even have the time to bond over a simple dinner together.
I see where you're coming from. All I can say is sorry. Hopefully we can have time to bond together after the wedding.
Wait, no need to apologize. I think that she actually likes how busy you are, believe it or not. There's a pretty big age difference between you and Michelle. She's happy that you're doing what you're doing. You know how she is. She just loves looking after her little sister. So that's why she's worrying so much, especially about me and you getting along with each other.
Yeah, true. You have a good point. Michelle has always been there looking out for me. I'm really proud to have a sister like her. Then again, I think she tries too hard sometimes. It's not up to her whether or not you and me get along. I think she should just let things come naturally.
You're right about that. I agree with you. Especially with the trying hard part. She doesn't even let me lift a finger to help her. She wants to do everything on her own. On top of that, she has her own job during the day. It would be good if she could just delegate some of the workload off to me sometimes.
I know how you feel. I've known her my whole life, and that's exactly how she is. I should be free in the next couple of days, so I'll have a talk with my sister myself. Hopefully, I can convince her to calm down a bit.
Actually, I don't think you need to do that. It is pretty simple, isn't it? If she can see that you and I are getting along really well, she'll stop worrying for sure. What do you think? Don't you want to get to know your soon-to-be brother-in-law?
Yeah, I guess so.
There's not much time until the wedding, but it would be great if we can talk to each other as much as possible. I'm sure Michelle would love to see something like that. Consider this conversation our first step in getting along together.
Right. Yeah, okay.
So, you're on the same page as me? That's great to hear.
Well, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with us getting to know each other and talking more often. But I do think there's something wrong with messaging me behind my sister's back. I don't think my sister would appreciate us secretly talking without her knowing.
Hey, come on. Don't look at it that way. Don't forget that I'm the guy that's going to be marrying her and becoming her husband. I'm just your brother-in-law. That's all it's going to be. Surely there can't be anything wrong with brother and sister-in-laws talking to each other?
Obviously there's not, but even still.
I mean, even if we wanted to get up to something weird, you're all the way in Greece, so what could we possibly do? Anyway, how about we do this? I'll tell Michelle that I've gotten in contact with you and want to keep talking further. That way, we're not hiding anything from her.
Are you sure? I'm not sure she'll be okay with that.
It'll be fine, trust me, I know her. I'll tell her that all I'm doing is trying to create a bond with my new sister-in-law. She'll be happy with that. What do you say?
I guess it shouldn't be too bad.
It'll be fine, come on. Don't worry about it. If you tell Michelle you intend to get to know your new brother-in-law as well, I'm sure she would be fine with it. Actually, I think she would be more than fine. She'd be ecstatic that her family is finally coming together and wanting to get along with each other.
Fair enough. I'll do what you say.
Besides, this is gonna work out for you as well. You know your sister Michelle. She's not the best at letting people know how she is. I know just from living with her that she rarely touches her phone, especially when she's busy. She doesn't have time to sit there replying to everyone. If you keep in contact with me, I'll tell you everything that goes on in her life. That way you can know what she's doing. I can also tell her if something's wrong with you. Just message me from time to time and I'll give you the updates. I know you're also busy on your exchange program, but it can't hurt to message maybe once a day.
Fair enough, Lucas. We'll keep in contact from this point on then. Let her know I hope everything's going well and to rely on her little sister if she needs anything.
Rightio, sounds like a plan. Here's to our new friendship.
I'm looking forward to getting to know you.
Good morning, Kathleen. Wait, hold on a second. Is that right? What time is it there?
It's already nighttime here in Greece, so I guess good evening would be the more appropriate thing to say. Anyway, is summing up? It's been a while since we've talked.
No, nothing in particular. I just wanted to inform you that Michelle tried on her new dress today. Have you been talking to her recently? I wonder if she's been sending you messages.
No, I haven't heard from her in a while. I never get messages from her.
Yep, that sounds like Michelle to me. She was actually thinking of asking you for advice on her dress. Seems in the end she didn't get around to it, but I think she was in a rush to get it, so she didn't have the time to message you.
Could be. Then again, Michelle likes doing things on her own. Not only that, she loves a good surprise. I bet she wants me to be amazed by the dress she decided on for the wedding day.
That's also true. She does like that type of thing, doesn't she? You should have been here to see it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure you would have been impressed by it. Not only that, but it really suits Michelle. I've never seen her look so beautiful wearing something.
No way, really? It kind of sucks I didn't get a look at it. I guess I'll just have to wait till the wedding day. I can't wait to see my sister beaming and dazzling everyone with her good looks.
I have a couple of photos on my phone of it. Why don't I send you some? You're curious about what it looks like, right? I've got a lot of good shots of it. I've even got some good photogenic headshots of Michelle, too.
Thanks. That's really nice of you. But then again, I want to wait till the wedding day. I assume that's what Michelle wanted in the first place.
You really respect your sister's wishes. I like that. I gotta tell you though, choosing a dress for a woman is really hard, isn't it? For the guys, it doesn't take too long to find something that suits him. As long as he looks clean and presentable, that's good enough for the wedding. For women, they have to worry about how the dress fits on the body, how the laces are tied, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't understand. We were there for hours watching Michelle getting changed into different dresses. Made me feel lucky to be born a guy.
Yeah, we have to put a lot of care and thought into what dress we choose. Wedding dresses aren't something you can wear every day. You only got to wear it once.
I see where you're coming from, but you have to admit it's a little bit tedious, right? I mean, I was sitting there for hours. What was I meant to be doing the whole time? Stare at the ceiling and hope something interesting happens? I understand how important it is, but I was getting a little bit grumpy sitting there. I could tell Michelle was getting annoyed by my remarks. I learned to shut my mouth pretty quickly after that.
You're very mature for realizing that so quickly. I'm sure Michelle really appreciated it. It's hard for the both of you. She wants to choose a really good dress and you want to get the hell out of there, so I understand how both of you feel.
Oh, thanks for understanding how I feel. By the way, I wanted to ask you something that I heard from Michelle. You're single at the moment, right? There's no special man in your life?
Whoa, what's this all of a sudden? I wasn't expecting to be asked that.
I'm gonna take that as a no then. That's unbelievable. You know you're wasting your good looks, right? I mean, Michelle is absolutely stunning, so I assume her sister is as well, right? Man, Michelle has been popular with the guys for as long as I've known her. I'm quite lucky to be able to pick up something like that. I'm definitely reaching far above my stature.
Yeah, Michelle is amazing. I've known her my whole life and I've never seen her ugly for even one day. Same can't really be said for me though. I guess I got the bad roll of the dice when it came to our genetics.
Don't say that. You just need a lot more confidence in yourself. I've actually seen a picture of you before. Michelle showed me it a while back. It's an old photo, but when I saw it, I was amazed at how much of a little cutie you are. I wonder how you've aged all these years. If you put the right things in your body and got the proper exercise, I'm sure you would be as stunning as Michelle. To be honest, I'm really excited to see you. I have an image in my head of how amazing you look.
That's interesting. Don't expect too much though. Like I said, I'm nothing like my sister. For starters, I don't have that beautiful tall figure that my sister has. In fact, I'm so different from my sister that people get surprised when I tell them we're related. It takes them a while to see the similarities between us.
I gotta say, you really are a good girl, Kathleen. Not only are you courteous and respect your sister's wishes, you are also very humble about yourself. That's a very popular trait with the guys, you know? But then again, I can't expect no less. This is my wife's little sister we're talking about. You should hear the way she talks about you all the time. Whenever we start talking about you, she always has to go on about all the things that make her proud to have you as a little sister.
No way, I didn't know that. I'm being serious when I say that I'm nothing like my sister. Compared to her, I'm just a normal girl.
Enough about the looks. It's not always about that. Think about what you're doing right now. I mean, wow, you're in Greece doing an exchange program. That's quite an impressive feat. I could never do something like that.
It's pretty good. I mean, not many people have the opportunity to do something like I'm doing right now. I really have to thank my parents for letting me come here. If it wasn't for their support, I wouldn't be doing the things I wanted to do.
That's right, you and Michelle have great parents as well. I always heard about the amount of care and attention they put into you two girls. They're nothing like my parents. I'd never received the treatment like you guys had. Based on what Michelle tells me, your parents were really focused on positive parenting. My parents were totally different. They didn't praise me for anything. It wasn't until I told them that I wanted to marry Michelle that they praised me for something in my life. I was expecting a little bit of praise at the most, but they made me feel like a little boy that just won his first soccer game.
Did they really? I wonder why they've never praised you in the past. I'm sure you have a lot of good qualities that are worthy of praise.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? In the past, I wasn't marrying an absolute 10 out of 10. I mean, let's put Michelle's attributes onto paper. She's currently working at one of the most famous corporations in the world, right? That in itself is already quite impressive. Not only that, but her family is also doing quite well for themselves. You guys are quite wealthy and influential. So what are the chances of someone that amazing marrying a Joe Schmo like me? Even the worst parents in the world would have to praise me for something like that.
I see. So that's why your parents praised you? I hope that's not all you're after in marrying my sister. It's not about all the superficial things, it's about what's on the inside.
Of course, don't get me mistaken. That's why they're happy about me marrying Michelle. That's not why I'm happy about marrying her. It's just an extra plus that comes with the main package I wanted. Also, you have to realize that Michelle's awesome social standing doesn't bode well for me. I look like a bum when I stand next to her. It's really pressuring me to work on myself more.
Well, as long as your heart is in the right place, I don't mind you marrying her. Even if you are a bum.
Come on, don't say that. You know this isn't right. In a matter of time, you'll be earning way more than me as well. I gotta pick up the slack. What type of job you gonna do when you come back to the States? I wouldn't settle for something less than excellent.
I'm not really sure at the moment. I'm still in the decision-making process. To be honest, after all the time I've spent in Greece, I'm thinking about working in a European company.
Whoa, really? That's amazing. Good on you. I wouldn't expect anything less of Michelle's sister. You're gonna kill it out there, I know it.
Thanks, I enjoy your words of support. I'm not sure how much I can earn out here, but I'll do my best. There's gotta be a nice niche that I could fit myself into.
I'm sure you'll do great, don't worry about it. As for me, I'm thinking about having a family, so I would need to change jobs to something that gives me a bit more money. Then again, Michelle is killing it out there too. She's earning heaps. I can rely on her to support the family and keep the roof over our heads. What do you think?
Sorry, what? That's my sister's money, though. That's not for you to use.
Now, of course you have a point there, but the moment we get married, our finances are now merged together. What was that saying again? What's mine is yours? Not only that, but when people get married, they bring their own weaknesses and faults into that marriage. Working with your partner and compensating for their weaknesses and faults is a big part of marriage. Unfortunately, mine is financial. You know how Michelle is, right? She's absolutely obsessed with me. I'm sure she'd do something like that for the husband that she's in love with.
Maybe she would. Maybe she wouldn't. I wouldn't bet on her kindness, though. You should have your own proper income.
I don't think you understand the intricacies of having a marriage. This is what it's all about. You're still quite a young woman, Kathleen, so maybe it'll take some time for you to understand. Just observe our marriage on the sidelines and you'll see how a good marriage is meant to work out. The moment you find a good guy for yourself, you can mimic how we operate.
Okay. Thank you, I guess?
Whoops, look at the time. I spun quite a long tale there, didn't I? I know you're worried about Michelle and what she thinks, but please don't. I'll be telling her we had a conversation today. You should have heard her the other day. She was over the moon that we were starting to get into contact together.
Was she really? That's good to hear.
Alright, well, I won't bother your evening anymore. I hope the studies are going well and you're keeping yourself healthy. Keep up the good work and I'll see you back here in the States.
Thank you for your words of encouragement, Lucas. I look forward to seeing you as well. Goodbye now.
Hey, Kathleen, how are you going by? Just heard the news. So you're finally back in the States, huh? That's great.
I guess the news travels fast. That's right, I just arrived at my parents' house yesterday.
You must be so tired. Make sure you take care of yourself. Get a lot of sleep before you get back into the jive of things.
Thanks for noticing. I'm quite tired after that flight. Traveling across the world takes it out of you. I'm gonna take it easy today.
That sounds like a great idea. Sit back and enjoy home again. I actually wanted to come see you and introduce myself in person, but I have to go away on a business trip. I'm sorry that we can't officially meet.
Don't worry, Lucas. You don't have to worry about that. Your work is important. We'll have heaps of time to get to know each other.
Courteous and polite as usual. Thanks for understanding. The wedding is only a few days away, so we'll be able to meet very soon, right? I'm really excited to see you. I bet you're absolutely beautiful.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying that to the sister of the woman you're gonna marry. But apart from that, yes, I'm excited to see you too. The wedding in general is going to be a really exciting time. I can see that Michelle's put a lot of work into making it the best that it can be.
You wouldn't believe it. I've been here watching her lose sleep over it. I've been trying to put my best foot forward and helping her with it, but I lose motivation quite often. With all the creativity and preparation necessary for it to be a good time, you can get mentally fatigued from it very quickly. There's many times where I stop halfway through and just give up. I don't really know if I care about this wedding in the first place.
What am I listening to right now? You can't be serious when you say that. If you're not serious about this wedding, why are you marrying my sister?
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm 100% intending to marry your sister. I just don't like the idea of a wedding in general. When you think about it, no guy actually wants to have a wedding, right? The wedding is there to keep the girls happy so that they have a good memory to look back on. To put it bluntly, all the girls care about is the excitement of the ceremony, and I'm just one of the cast there. It's not really about us, it's about the day itself.
That may be true, but you really shouldn't be talking about it that way. If Michelle heard you talking like that, she'd be livid right now.
Look, I get it. It's a very important day for her and for us, I guess. It's just that the closer we get to that wedding, the more I feel like it's all pointless and unnecessary. So we're gonna spend all this money on reserving a place, hiring someone to do the ceremony, and calling all these people to it. Once there, we're gonna be in full view of everyone and swear to stay together until death do us part. It just all sounds a little bit silly, don't you think? Don't tell Michelle I said this, by the way. I'd really rather not have an argument this close to the wedding.
Sounds like you're really averse to the idea of having a wedding. I didn't know that about you, Lucas.
Look, all I'm saying is it's an unnecessary amount of time and money to spend. Think about the amount of money everyone has to pay on these weddings. It's insane. All that money in preparation for just a couple of hours? That's ludicrous. That amount of money would have been better spent on a new home for ourselves. There's actually a home that I'm looking at now, and that money would have been a perfect investment into it.
I see. I guess you care more about the house than marrying Michelle. Anyways, it's been nice chatting. I have to go out right now, so I'll message you another time.
Okay, no worries. Guess I'll be seeing you at the wedding. Make sure to wear something pretty. I hope you're as nice as you are in person. Hey, where are you going? Kathleen, get back here.
What do you want?
I was just talking to someone and they stormed off in a hurry. That wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
That was me.
Oh boy, I'm in a bit of trouble now.
From all our conversations over text, I was expecting an extraordinary welcome when we finally met. Little did I know it was going to be this type of extraordinary. An extraordinarily rude and superficial way to greet your sister-in-law? Did you know it was me when you told me I was an ugly wedding crasher that shouldn't be here? You really are something else, Lucas.
That's not it. Hear me out. You gotta hear what I have to say. I honestly didn't know it was you. I don't know everyone at this wedding. I have to be wary of who's here.
Even if you didn't know it was me, you don't have the right to talk to people that way. What type of person wants to crash a wedding in the first place? The only people that are here are the people that want to celebrate yours and Michelle's unity. You just didn't want an ugly spot on your precious wedding.
Look, I did the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I know you must be really hurt about this. Let me make it up to you. We're gonna be brother and sister-in-law. Oh, we have to reconcile.
No thanks, Lucas. I've done just as you said and went home. Thanks for the great start to our new friendship.
Oh, wait, Kathleen, you gotta come back. I'm gonna have a lot of trouble unless you're here.
Oh, yeah? Why is that? You shouldn't have told me to leave if you needed me that much.
I know, I was wrong for telling you to leave. But who knows how Michelle is gonna react when she finds out about what I did? She's gonna be absolutely furious with me. It's our wedding day, for Christ's sake.
If you're worried about Michelle finding out, I'm afraid you're too late. I've already told her that I was going home.
Oh no, that's all you've told her, right? I hope you didn't tell her the reason.
If I told her I'm going home, don't you think she'd ask me why?
I don't know, maybe? Just tell me yes or no. Did you tell her or not? All I did was mistake you for a wedding crasher. How could I have known it was you if we haven't even met before?
Even if this was all just a big mistake, you should have thought about it a little bit more. You knew I'd be coming today. You went on and on about how excited you were to see me. If there's a girl that you didn't invite and you haven't seen before, Why wouldn't you assume that was me? Don't tell me you're dumb as well as superficial.
I guess I didn't think about it that way.
Not only that, coming up to someone that you think is a stranger and calling them a fat, ugly pig is really horrible. You've already seen my photo, haven't you? You should have had some idea that it was me.
I mean, yes, I did see your photo, but give me a break here. That was a photo from ages ago. You look totally different now. You look more...
I look more like a fat, ugly pig. That's not a good reason to tell one of the people invited to go home.
That's not what I was gonna say. You haven't given me a chance to explain myself.
Guess what? I don't think you'll get a chance to explain yourself anymore. My sister just told me she's not interested in marrying someone that's as horrible as you. You blew your chance, buddy.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? It's the wedding day.
Too bad. You've stumbled on the very last hurdle. You should have kept your superficial thoughts to yourself and let me be there.
This is insane. She can't be saying that sort of thing now. The frickin' wedding is about to start. We went through months and months of planning the ceremony. Is she just gonna throw all of that away over this?
I guess you don't really understand how horrible you were to me. Of course she'll throw it away for something like this. You can't really decide whether or not they're going to proceed with this ceremony. If the bride isn't there, what are you going to do?
Are you kidding me? Where the hell is Michelle? I need to talk to her in person.
Take a guess. I bet you won't get it.
Well, I don't know. Is she still in the waiting room getting ready?
As if. She's sitting right next to me reading our messages. We're with our parents as well.
What? She's not even at the ceremony hall? Why?
Do you really need me to tell you why? She doesn't want to join the ceremony. How obvious is that? How many times do I need to hammer it into your head before you understand?
That's not what I'm talking about. What the hell is happening? She can't make this decision over a simple mistake. It's not fair. What am I meant to do? I've already apologized. I'm at my wit's end.
What do you mean you've already apologized?
I'm sorry?
I have no recollection of you apologizing to me yet. Do you have that much of a victim mentality that your mind is creating memories? Besides, even if you did apologize, there's no way I would accept you for calling me those names.
Oh, you're right. Maybe I haven't apologized yet. Well, let me say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for calling you a fat, ugly pig. Now, can you guys please just get back to the ceremony already? Everyone is here wondering what's going on. Do you know how bad it's gonna look if I'm standing here on my own? Everyone is gonna realize that I've been ditched at the wedding and they're gonna ask me for the reason. Does Michelle really want to be known as the wedding ditcher? Doesn't she feel embarrassed by that?
I don't think any stain has been put on her reputation from doing this. If anyone should feel embarrassed, it's you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Just so you know, we've already got in contact with your parents. We've told them everything that's happened. We told them that you insulted your sister by saying incredibly vile words to her. We won't be attending the ceremony after all.
Oh my God.
At first, they put up a fight and started protesting that it was our duty to be there. Afterwards, we showed them the messages between me and you, and they finally understood why we wanted to go home. They said they would have a talk with you as well.
Oh, wait. I have to be given the chance to say my side of the story.
They saw everything you said, including the way you were thinking about my sister. All your thoughts on how much money she's earning, the type of job she's doing, and the family that she comes from. Everyone knows now that you intend to be a bum straight after you marry her. You want her to take the reins and lead the family instead of yourself. That's meant to be your job.
You can't take that too seriously. I was in an emotional state. It was a very stressful day.
No one wants to hear it. We've all seen you for the type of man you are. Filthy, dirty scumbag. We overheard what your friends have been saying about you as well. I bet you thought you could hide it forever.
Huh? Now what are you talking about? Just what did my friends say?
They were saying how lucky you are to marry such a beautiful woman and also be able to get a share of her money. Especially after you've been fooling around with your ex-girlfriend.
My what? Sorry? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I gotta say, I don't know if you have a lot of balls or if you're just really stupid. In what reality did you think it was okay to invite your ex-girlfriend to the wedding? Are the cogs up in that thick skull turning properly? Just what the hell were you expecting?
Now hear me out. You guys have the wrong picture. That girl is just my friend. We're not thinking about each other in that way anymore.
Is that the only way you're gonna defend yourself? This whole time you've been leading my sister on with this wedding. In the background, you've been meeting this girl behind her back. Is that the type of person you call a friend? If that's the case, I hope you don't have a lot of friends, or else my sister would go ballistic when she found out. Cheating behind Michelle's back is one thing, but actually inviting the girl you've been with to the wedding is comical. It's like you wanted people to find out.
Why is it coming to this?
I overheard what your friends were talking about, and I entered the circle pretending to be well acquainted with you. I did my best to act like I knew you well, and no one suspected a thing. I gotta say, though, it was quite difficult. There were a couple of times where I slipped up and they would have found out for sure. Luckily, I was able to extract all the juicy details from them.
What the hell are you up to? What happened to the respectful, courteous sister-in-law I was gonna have? I didn't know you were capable of such sinister things.
What did you just call me? Sinister. I don't want to be called something like that from a guy like you. A guy that chases my sister because of her money and sees his ex-girlfriend behind your back does not have the right to call me sinister. Did you enjoy being a lying cheater?
Stop it already. I told you it's not like that. We're not seeing each other in that way. I don't do that type of thing. It's not like me. You have to trust me. I'm not that type of guy.
Oh, is that so? Well, according to her, the story is quite different. For a wedding day, she was quite vocal about what you two have been getting up to. Her voice was echoing from the girls' toilet from all the blabbing and bragging about the things you two got up to.
Are you serious? Just what the hell was she saying?
Everything you can imagine and more. She basically told everyone that she was the one you were going to marry originally. But she didn't have the looks and the money that you were after, so you broke her heart and ditched her. Now she wants to get back at you. She said she wanted to do whatever it takes to destroy this wedding of yours.
But come on, are you gonna believe that girl you barely know? Why the hell would I say anything like that?
But she also said it's a good thing you're getting this marriage. She revealed that you truly do intend to take Michelle's money. She hopes that after you do, you'll be able to take her on nice fancy dates more often. She said that she'll put up with this farce of a wedding if it means she can do that with you. Are you still in doubt? I have the recording with me if you want to hear it for yourself. I was in that girl's bathroom recording everything that she said. Probably the most valuable recording I've made in my whole life.
No way. You actually pulled out your phone and started recording her?
It's a little habit I've picked up when I was overseas. I had a lot of conversations with people and didn't quite catch the words that they were saying, so I always had my phone on hand to record them. Now that I've come back to the States, I still have that habit of recording my conversations with people. Luckily, I didn't get rid of this habit too soon.
Lucky for you, maybe. Unlucky for me, it seems.
This is what you get for being a bad boy, Lucas. I'm going to send you the full recording for you to listen to yourself. Then you'll see why we won't come back to that ceremony. We'd have to be idiots to do that.
Well, fine, you're not gonna get back here, I get it. What the hell am I meant to do now? Do you see the amount of people we've invited here? Just what am I gonna tell them?
I really do feel bad for the guests. They haven't done anything wrong. If I were you, I'd tell them the truth of what happened. Then let them have some food and go home.
Come on, you really can't expect me to stay, can you? How am I meant to stand up there and say I cheated on Michelle and that's why you guys aren't coming here?
Well, if you're that embarrassed by it, I'd just say for unknown reasons, Michelle won't be coming. Just so you know, I hate liars. When I get in contact with everyone, I'll be telling them the truth of what happened. They're gonna know everything.
Everything? Do you really mean everything?
That's right, down to the last detail. I'll tell them how you cheated on Michelle. I'll tell them that you were after her money. I'll even tell them you called me an ugly fat pig on the very day of the wedding.
Wait, please. Just have mercy on me. There are people from my company at this wedding. I don't want my reputation ruined. Not only that, but this isn't within Michelle's best interest.
What the? After everything we know, why wouldn't it be?
That's because, well...
She isn't going to suffer any social damage from all this. You're the reason this wedding is not going to happen. No one is going to look down on her. She's making the right and justified decision.
I can't believe it. All that time planning and waiting for the big day, now it's all coming to an end.
Don't tell me you actually thought you could hide your little lie forever. She really dodged a bullet by not marrying you. If she did, she would have to stay with a dimwit for the rest of her life.
This is all happening too fast. We should at least postpone it and let me atone for what I've done.
I don't think Michelle sees any merit in staying with you. Not only are you a bum, but now we know that you're a cheater and a cruel man that puts people down that he doesn't see as beautiful.
But going so far as to end this altogether, it's not right. Couples have hiccups in their relationships. We have to give each other chances.
Whether or not Michelle wants to stay in this relationship is up to her. You don't get to decide this. You would have had plenty of chances to stop fooling around with that girl, and you decided not to. This is the consequence of your decision.
I'm fed up with this. Why am I talking about this with you? At least let me talk to Michelle so I can explain myself. I've been calling her over and over and she won't answer the damn phone.
She's got nothing left that she needs to say to you. The relationship between you two is now officially over. She has no intentions of meeting you and no intentions of talking with you. It's the end, Lucas.
This is crazy. Why does it have to come to this?
As for the wedding ceremony today, your parents have given us their word that they'll sort it out. You won't have to tell anything to the guests. I guess, considering all the money you've spent on the wedding, you may as well make the most of it. You can stand up there and play make-believe wedding with the mistress that you were seeing. You might as well, seeing as she was more fun than my sister.
Oh, shut up. This is not the time to be making stupid jokes. Tell Michelle to get back here right now. It's her responsibility to go through with the wedding. She's disappointing all the guests here.
The only disappointing person is you. We'll be expecting you to pay for the wedding expenses. We will be sending you the invoices, so keep an eye out for them in the mail.
How do you expect me to pay that? I don't earn that much money. Don't request something so stupid and out of the question.
The only stupid thing here is you. You don't get to decide what happens from this point on. You are the one that is at fault. If you're that disgruntled about it, you can hire a lawyer and try your best shot at us. But putting what you've done on paper, the courts won't look on it very lightly. Now will they?
I'm sick of hearing it. I want you all back here right now. Hey, stop ignoring me. You're coming here, right?
Ever since the wedding day, Lucas has come to Michelle's house time and time again. She has no interest in getting back together again, so she just leaves him outside, screaming at her window. As for his parents, his mother was furious about his actions and left a slap on his face that lasted for a month. Afterwards, his parents gave him what little money he needed to pay for the wedding expenses, and he finally paid them off. As expected, Lucas is now flat broke. As for my sister Michelle, she was quite depressed after having to cancel the wedding. It seems that she really trusted Lucas and was excited to live the rest of her life with him. After realizing that marrying someone that can't respect family is out of the question, she quickly overcame her depression. She now has a new, invigorated spirit, and she uses that to do a good job in the workplace. As for me, I eventually went overseas and started trying to look for new jobs. I'm still quite anxious and unconfident that I'll be able to find something, but talking with my family every day helps. The thing I like best about living overseas is no one judges me for my appearance. which is excellent, because I'd hate to meet someone like Lucas over here. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video!